Nick and Emily married back when their idea of grown-up money was splitting a frozen pizza and springing for name-brand soda. 22, crazy in love, no master plan. Just that fizzy certainty you feel when every mixtape lyric sounds like a prophecy written for two. Their first place was a 450-square-foot garden apartment in Dayton that smelled like radiator heat and the neighbor's curry. They didn't mind. They painted one wall turquoise, stacked cinderblock bookshelves, adopted a thrice-returned shelter cat, and spent evenings dreaming out loud. Nick would climb the construction ladder till he ran his own crew. Emily would land a design job that paid her to doodle all day. They'd save for a craftsman bungalow and fill it with kids who inherited her freckles and his crooked grin. 8 years, they might as well have blinked. Nick did become a job site supervisor, good title, garbage hours, chronic short staffing. Emily built a small but loyal freelance roster, designing brewery labels and indie band posters on a laptop that doubled as a space heater. Their love felt sturdy, like an old denim jacket. Then came the baby question crashing in like a drunk wedding guest. Parents asked. Friends asked. Strangers in grocery lines asked. Nick deflected with jokes, still practicing. But every time, Emily's smile wilted a little more. Stress rode home from Nick's job in his lunchbox. At first, he popped a beer while Emily cooked. Harmless. Then it was 2, sometimes 3 before dinner even hit the plates. If Emily tried to talk, he'd nod but hear only the fizz. She found half-full cans on the bathroom sink in the laundry basket once inside the fridge next to bagged salad. She Googled borderline drinking at 2 a.m. with the laptop brightness at 5% so he wouldn't wake. One Thursday, Emily realized she'd forgotten to pick up her sister's specialty yarn order last day before it shipped back to Oregon. She dialed Nick. Bar noise drowned his hello. "Babe, you sound busy," she said, pressing fingers to her temple. "Couple tall boys, that's it. What's up? I need you to swing by Maple and 3rd. Package window closes at 7. Come on. Cavs tip-offs in 20. Text me tomorrow." Click. She Ubered across town, snagged the yarn with 2 minutes to spare, and rode home staring out the window at blurred streetlights, a quiet stone settling behind her ribs. She never mentioned the favor again, but something fundamental had tilted. For weeks afterward, conversation ran on autopilot, whether receipts, who forgot to buy coffee. Nick felt the chill but figured flowers and a Netflix marathon would fix it. Emily said she was swamped with a big rebrand project, kissed his forehead, and worked late 3 nights in a row. When she did come home, she smelled faintly of expensive cologne Nick didn't own. The night he opened Find My and saw her location blanked out, panic flared. Emily was safety-obsessed, pepper spray keychain, emergency contact card in her wallet, location sharing, just in case. He texted 3 question marks. No reply. She arrived near midnight, eyes ringed with exhaustion. "Phone died," she said, hanging up her coat. "And the location thing? I turned it off. Felt weird being a blinking dot on your map while you get blitzed with the guys." Nick slept on the couch, arguing with the ceiling. He messed up once. Okay, twice, but disabling tracking felt drastic. Next morning, he vowed to clean up. No beers that night or the next. He cooked her fettuccine alfredo, bought daisies, suggested brunch. She thanked him but kept working late. Always that big project. Friday, he met Alex, recently divorced, still bleeding resentment at Rusty Nail Pub. Between bourbon shots, Alex spat theories about women sizing up upgrades. Nick defended Emily until Alex's bitterness seeped under his skin. Walking home, Nick noticed a black Lexus idling at the curb, engine purring. The rear door opened. Emily stepped out in her camel trench. Lexus, the same make Nick once joked was her someday mom car. His pulse kicked. He called. She startled. The car eased away. "Who was that?" "Rideshare." "You scared me?" she snapped, stalking upstairs. He wanted to believe her, commanded himself to, but the seed was planted. 2 days later, he left work early, parked across from her office and waited. At 7:12, she exited with a 50-something man in a charcoal suit, silver hair slicked back like a commercial pilot. They laughed shoulder to shoulder, then slid into the same Lexus. All the air left Nick's lungs. He didn't follow. He drove home numb, packed her belongings with mechanical calm, punctuating each folded sweater with a swig of vodka. Dawn seeped gray through blinds. Emily unlocked the door and froze at the luggage lineup. Nick sat at the kitchen table, bottle front and center. Nick, what? Your Uber's downstairs? Or is Simon driving? Her hand flew to her. Tears welled, but didn't fall. Simon treats me with respect, she whispered. He listens. Simon doesn't know how you hum the Mario Kart theme when you brush your teeth. Simon didn't build IKEA shelves at midnight because you wanted a book nook. His voice cracked. Anger rushed in to plug the brake. Get out. Now. She hoisted 2 bags, left without shoes. Adrenaline kept Nick upright long enough to deadbolt the door. Then the house fell cavern silent except for the cat pawing at emptiness. Divorce moved quick. No contest, no alimony. They split the furniture and erased the turquoise wall with builder-grade beige. Emily quit her job to dodge rumors. Moved into Simon's riverside condo. Instagram brunch on boats. Sunsets over Chicago skyscrapers. Mutual friends whispered Simon had a mentorship streak with junior designers. Maybe Emily saw, maybe she didn't. Nick gutted through the first year fueled by overtime and convenience store coffee. Alex dragged him to AA. He white-knuckled 30, then 60 days dry. Nights he couldn't sleep. He scrolled Zillow listings of craftsman bungalows he and Emily once bookmarked. Eventually the ache dulled to a scar. Then in April, Emily called. She was pregnant. Nick's, she insisted. The words he begged fate to give him now sounded like a bad joke. He demanded a DNA test. She agreed. Months of silence. September. Text arrived. Baby boy, healthy. Father confirmed not you. She closed with thank you for everything. He stared at the message until the screen dimmed, then deleted the thread and felt lighter. December snow painted Dayton postcard white. The guys planned a forget-this-year blowout at a downtown bar. Halfway through the night, 2 promo dancers in sparkly elf dresses busted a routine by the DJ booth. Nick tipped them for effort. They joined the table for whiskey sours and greasy sliders. Laughter ricocheted like pinballs, and Nick discovered his smile still worked. At 2 a.m., he hailed a ride back to his new apartment with both elves in tow. When dawn slipped past the curtains, he woke between them. Headache throbbing, but a giddy thought blooming. Maybe rock bottom was really a trampoline. Life didn't morph into a rom-com montage overnight. Nick still pays spousal memories in emotional tolls. Flinches when commercial show surprise pregnancy reveals. Skips the street where the garden apartment once stood. But he's 94 days sober, co-managing a softball team, and adopting a second shelter cat because the first one seems lonely. The turquoise paint? He rolled a fresh wall in his living room last week. Same shade, new start. He figures that counts as progress. So that's the mess, uncut. 2 people, 1 promise, 1,000 tiny fissures, and the silence that let those cracks fill with strangers. Drop your verdict in the comments. Was the first bottle the true betrayal or the Lexus door click? Smash like, slam subscribe and stick around. Next week's episode dives into a bridesmaid who turned a destination wedding into a witness protection program. Thanks for listening, and remember, sometimes letting go is the bravest kind of staying true.